OutHere, and I don't believe this shit. Like, look at this. And the vehicle has been here at least 2 weeks. So maybe since the let's see, that was the 13th. I checked out of the hotel. I got ambushed at AutoZone. Have I been to the hotel? Okay, so no, I moved it before I went back to the hotel. So today's the 23rd. Yes, Wednesday, the 23rd. And like I said, I moved it before that. Last I recall stating in the video was a definite 2 weeks. So I imagine it's 2.5, almost 3. You can see that the pipes are down. The rig that he did for us to tow it to here kept the middle stayed up, the back did not. So once, like not even before we got it hooked up completely to move, we had to try to rig it back up ourselves because he was gone. He said he was coming back to with some rope to do it, but he did not. And come on, Pop. I just want to show you a bigger picture. Oh, a better picture of what's going on underneath. I can't say move. Get out my way. You see what I'm saying? So, he last puppy stay up off me like that. He last said that he needed to drop the pipes in order to get to the starter. So once he got there, y'all, and check this out, he never, and I've asked him on more than one occasion, you know, like, because he's only worked on the vehicle or put in time about 3 times in the month time that he was paid to do the job. So he I asked him on more than one occasion, probably all 3 times. I asked him the first time, so every time I asked him, yeah, did you at least get the old starter out? The answer was always no. He said there's a bolt stuck that later turned into a shield. He said there's 2 shields under there, and he said he got one off and he couldn't get the other one off, that he would have to cut it off, but it was nothing that I would need. And he never returned. When he did return, he made sure he didn't have what he needed to supposedly get it out of the way. Another mechanic looked at it, and he said, I don't know what this guy is doing. He said, I think he said, come here, let me show you something. You see this bolt right here? That goes to your transmission. He said that bolt doesn't need to be out in order for you to get to it, but he's not under the vehicle, so he really doesn't know that for sure. Okay? Like, it could be a different story once you're under there. So today I'm calling another certified guy. The first mechanic, the one that I paid, his background is he worked at Audi and Cadillac, okay? And the one that has been asking me to do the work from Indiana, his background was Navy, and he didn't work on vehicles in the Navy though. Background was Navy, and he said that he had been pretty much working on cars since he was a kid, and later he tried to, I don't know if he obtained them or if he wanted to get certifications. So I don't, know the complete of that part. And then this third guy is an official mobile mechanic. He has an LLC, limited liability company. So it is who I intended on, or who I wanted to go with in the first place, until I spoke with him. So remember me noting that I ended up going with the elder because, you know, the mobile mechanic that I'd spoken with was kind of, you know, rough around the edges, and I just didn't want to have to deal with that type of person. I don't like people, and I make sure I don't come in contact with certain kinds of people, okay? And that's just it. But had I went with him, I'd be out of here like a long time ago. I chose the elder because, you know, he appeared to be respectful. There wouldn't be any riffraff. You get what I'm saying? Like, he just come, he work on the car and get me on my way. But it did not go that way. Literally every single day he answered the phone. He never avoided my calls until I talked about him having to give me money back. So every single day he would tell me all day long that he was coming. Okay, he give me a time in the morning, he give me a time in the afternoon, and he give me a time in the evening until we ran out of daylight hours. Every single day. I stayed on him. Meanwhile, they were trying to manifest the shit with the cops. Okay, and just literally calling, complaining on me as these Neanderthals said, like, for no reason. As if I was out here doing something. It had gotten to a point where they didn't even want me showing up at my car to facilitate it getting fixed. That's how bad it was. Okay, with them calling the police. Like, they see me at my car and call the police. So anyways, I heard some other stuff going on. I was trying to figure out if it was actually, like, in reality coming from, like, one of the nearby houses, or if it was some background noise in the government's lab. But if here, it might have been nearby. You see the things that are happening right now. Okay. Anytime I'm positioned in between two entities like that, it's a satellite attack. So they're attempting to block me. And he just laid down. Puppy, get up. Come on. Come on, I need to move from right here. Come on, get up. And then you start acting like, you stop doing that. You stop doing that. Because that's the same shit they calling and lying about. You stop. He's too far. You just be barking at people for no reason. And they use the dog however they want to. He'll just go off at whenever the fuck they feel like making him go off. That shit is getting on my last nerve too. Look, I waited for them to come yesterday because I was hoping they would take his ass temporarily. You know, I would be a motherfucking problem on my own. They know how this dog is instrumental in all the attacks they're making and keeping me from getting any fucking thing done. They'll be hurting their fucking self talk about taking this dog. I would gladly give his ass to them because I can get him back whenever I feel. And they done stole the fucking weapon. This shit was supposed to be over with Monday, the real Easter day, according to their calendar. So anyways, when I move, you move. So let's back up, pup. Let's go back over here. Get away from the car. See what happens. Stop looking at them. Hey. You. Stop. You. You. Pay attention. Hey, pay attention to where you're walking, pup. Puppy. Come on. Pay attention to where you're walking. Come on. Hey, hey. So, come on. Look. Still. Diagonal. So what does that remind you of in terms of a radius? What does it remind you of in terms of a radius? It compromises the eye because I'm visible now to other satellites. And not in between two. So ideally, to block me now, they would have to put something right here. And I mean, that would be like constant traffic. Come on. Anyways, I'm not, that's not even what I was supposed to be talking about. So, look, I have this guy. I contacted him this morning. And Caesar, his name is not really Caesar, but it's the AutoZone manager. His name is, now they won't let me tell you his name, but you know exactly who, because he looked like Caesar from Black Ink, kinda, with glasses. Hey. So, Caesar, sit down. You know, was talking shit about it. Okay, so look, wait, so look, and even if I wanted to go, I told you my intention, what it was, and what I told you on camera previously, okay? But there's other details, like, so even regardless of that, when it came down to it, because I understood that, you know, like, everyone think they can do the work until it comes down to doing the work. That stood out to me the most, and him having a limited liability company stood out to me too. And but the circumstances, you know, were really bad. Like, they had stolen all my cars, all my everything. That day that he needed payment, I couldn't even give him $45, and I had $45. I couldn't give it to him. So, and that was what he needed. Get your ass over here and sit down. Stop looking at them. I'm not going to keep telling you about these motherfucking dummies. Sit down. Sit. Stay. All the motherfucking stupid shit. They act like dogs don't fucking bark. And you would swear that they think every dog is supposed to be friendly. They don't. You mention a guard dog, they be like, "What is that?" That means you can't get near its owner. So, anyways, yeah, the public image that they're trying to paint here at this park is completely and utterly negative. Okay. You ain't never seen nothing fucking like it. And you can tell that I'm being targeted. When you look at these complaints and when you look at the shit that's being done, like vividly done, and you see that I'm in the state of Georgia with the Oklahoma plate, you can't deny it. Woman with a dog. I was going to talk about that cop, the last encounter with the cop, where he was like, so you're homeless. And meanwhile, they got homeless that stay on site, like, at the park. Like, don't nobody, the motherfuckers that are calling on me, they know they over there. They ain't calling on them. They're busy trying to establish me as them. And I told him, I said, no, I have a house, a whole mortgage. He said, but not here in Atlanta or the state of Georgia. And I was like, no. Like, all my credentials add up. You get what I'm saying? Like, what the hell I look like? I mean, not that I couldn't, because you know that I was going to get an apartment here in Atlanta, despite me having a house in Oklahoma. But I'm just saying, I got Oklahoma plates. What in the fuck would make you think I got Oklahoma plates but have a house, an Atlanta address? You get what I'm saying? It's just, it's a different level of stupidity. And it makes you, you have to look at it for what it is. Like, why would you even mention homelessness? because that was who they were busy trying to paint me as the entire time. If you saw the covert stunts that were taking place, you know how it goes. If I would have recorded everything, you wouldn't have been able to deny it. They making sure I don't even be having no battery left. The day he came, I couldn't even record him because my phone was dead. They don't let the phone charge, and then they drain the battery right away. That's what's happening for them to make these constant attacks all day, every fucking day. And like I said, they stole my motherfucking weapon. This would have been over with. It wasn't like any of the other times that you heard in these videos where I'm like, I'm about to do this or I'm about to do that. No, I was in position. It was about to happen. And they took it. It was gone when I got there. And I had just dropped it off that morning. The previous morning. I returned the next morning and it was gone. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? To make sure that I continue to motherfucking suffer on foot with the German Shepherd, them attacking the German Shepherd, making him act however they want him to motherfucking act, tugging, pulling with my injured foot in the motherfucking heat. No clothes for it, no nothing for it. Attacking my money, how it moves. So I wasn't even eating. The nonstop bullshit is so fucking, this shit is beyond inhumane. Like I said, they stole the weapon to make sure I continue to motherfucking suffer. Otherwise, this would have been on the news 2 days ago. Because it was not like no other time.